Welcome to Books for Success. Today, we're unraveling the insights from No Time Like the Future by Michael J. Fox. Rediscover life's potential and redefine your perspective on adversity. Grasp the power of optimism to transform life's inevitable challenges into a journey of self-discovery and joy. You'll learn about the hidden value in challenges, why embracing acceptance unlocks potential, how to see life from a fresh perspective, what genuine optimism looks like. If you like our content, hit that subscribe button and ring the bell for notifications. Don't be shy about smashing that like button if you discover something valuable. Let's grow and succeed together. Life can be full of unexpected happenings. We must be willing to look within for answers. As humans, we are bound to encounter challenges through life. The only way to make it through them is to always be prepared. Preparing for anything doesn't necessarily mean only bad things will happen. It just means living a conscious and cautious life. Life is haphazard and sometimes harsh, even for the most prepared. For Michael Fox, he had no way of knowing he'd get diagnosed with Parkinson's at the early age of 29. As an actor, his image as his moneymaker, and understanding the condition's symptoms presented him with difficulty. Fox, however, has spent a considerable amount of his life managing his illness and continuing to work as an actor. When we meet with difficulty, we must find a way to soldier on and continue to live like Fox. Life can be unpredictable and quite discomforting when we least expect it, but this randomness makes living exciting. Keeping a positive outlook and being open to change is essential because change can be a chance to grow and be better versions of ourselves. Fox found that growth came in the form of an opportunity to grow. Another piece of advice is regular and honest introspection. Self-examination is critical in dealing with crises, especially those we did not plan for. When you have a healthy understanding of yourself, you get better informed on your strengths and weaknesses. With this knowledge, we become better equipped to handle the ups and downs, mainly the downs. It is also essential to grow an appreciation for life, as this will help build up your optimism. An optimistic mind is a great asset. It keeps one hopeful despite obstacles or unfortunate events. Fox showed a lot of optimism. Even when tested, it didn't steal his resolve. This demeanor is the key to getting through challenging phases of our lives. Life is short, and we must take advantage of the time we get to spend on Earth. The various schools of thought agree on one undebatable opinion: life is short. The advice on using this information may differ, but the core message is the same: live a meaningful life. We do not get much time to spend on the planet. Each second that passes might be our last. We must make sure to make every moment memorable. Life can be unpredictable and will test you, but it can also be a great experience if you do it right. To live life to the fullest is a common phrase. We often associate it with a lavish lifestyle and expensive purchases with little work. But this isn't the case. To live life to the fullest is to explore every facet of life and experience the many joys that come with them. It is inexpensive and often worthwhile if you wish to live a fulfilled life. A whole life is one where you are unafraid to pursue your dreams or fight for that dream position at work. It is a life where you do not let other people's opinions deter you from exploring life for all it's worth. It doesn't mean that this life is free of work or labor. You can spend such a life doing the work you enjoy that brings you the most satisfaction you have chosen. When his illness surfaced, Fox, as an actor, had to choose to let it define him or continue to explore life undeterred. He chose the latter, and although his battle with Parkinson's has been a long one, he's giving it a run for its money. Fox has shown remarkable resilience and optimism to continue even with what he's going through. Many people would quit, but Fox didn't, because of his desire to live a whole and happy life no matter the odds. Did you know? Small handwriting and loss of smell are early signs of Parkinson's. A change in handwriting, specifically handwriting that's gotten smaller over time or crowded, is an early indicator of PD. Another common early sign is the loss of smell of foods like bananas, dill pickles, and licorice. Cultivating a healthy lifestyle comes in handy when we encounter any unplanned illnesses. Life has many uncertainties, so we must always be ready for whatever might happen. One of these uncertainties is a medical condition or illness that can happen anytime without any prior symptoms whatsoever. Some diseases are hereditary but still don't give the individual any prior notice. A severe illness blindsided Michael Fox, and thankfully, he was faced with a much-needed readiness to manage the condition. Often, we see a diagnosis as a death sentence meant to limit our lives or deprive us of the pleasures we once knew. While we might have to give up some of our luxuries and habits, the sacrifice is worth it if the result is surviving the condition with our lives intact. To ensure we can have a fighting chance if faced with a sudden condition, we must cultivate and maintain a healthy lifestyle to be willing to make the necessary changes to help us manage the symptoms. Some situations might require you to quit your favorite meal or activity, which can be challenging and make your life difficult. The willingness or discipline to accept a new regimen helps our recovery. These healthy habits are the cornerstone of returning to the path to wellness. If you are unwilling to adjust your life and practices, you risk relapse and a worse set of symptoms. Managing an illness will come with its challenges, and it can make the process tiresome. However, maintaining the regimen is more beneficial than it is a burden. Dealing with the change that comes with managing an illness can be harrowing and may require adopting a new, healthier lifestyle. You can reduce the difficulty in adjusting if you live a reasonably healthy lifestyle already. This way, there isn't much to shed or give up. Having family and friends that are committed to our well-being is a blessing. When dealing with the many complexities that abound in life, we mustn't do this alone. A support system is critical to surviving and recovering from whatever condition we face. The human race craves companionship, and it is pretty challenging to go through life alone. A support system is a setup that consists of people who you can lean on and trust to help you bounce back when faced with challenging situations. A support system isn't limited to but can include a social network of people and medical professionals capable and experienced to help you with whatever you have on your plate. Family and friends are trusted support systems, and nurturing a healthy connection among them would be wise. Considering how difficult it is to manage and cope during a crisis, we can use all the help we can get. Fox benefited from the blessing of a very supportive family and equally supporting set of friends. They were instrumental in providing just the right amount of positivity and help that Fox needed. The individual needs to maintain the regimen it would take to make a speedy and complete recovery. It is also vital to have people who will help them stick to the routine to get better. There will be days when there is little inspiration or willpower to follow a prescribed meal or medication. This eventuality is why we need people around us to look out for us, even in our weakest moments. Without an adequate support system, it is pretty challenging to navigate life. The system can also act as a network for other purposes. Not just dealing with illnesses, it can help connect us to much-needed opportunities. We are all bound to age and grow old. We must accept it and live accordingly. Life's journey can be short and filled with challenging phases. This is the reality we must live with whether we like it or not. We can only increase our lifespans by living healthily, but we are far from immortality. Our mortality, then, is our unavoidable identity, a part of our existence. Without death, some argue there will be no balance in life. What, then, can we do in the face of this ticking clock? We must live. The answer seems ironic, but many people stress so much about their mortality that they forget to live. They say life is for the living, so we must do everything within our power to live to the fullest. We will age and grow old. This isn't something to fear or dread but must accept and adjust to. Often, many people prefer to panic and worry about the future and how much time they've got left. In doing so, they never really stop and enjoy life. These people end up living a miserable life with few accomplishments to show for it. So, instead of letting mortality be a limitation, make it your inspiration to do more with what you have. Michael Fox is one of those people who didn't see a diagnosis or a crisis as a limiter. In fact, he took it in stride and used it as a chance to rediscover sides of himself he didn't previously know. It set off an adventure. Life, after all, is an adventure. Life might be set against a ticking clock, but you shouldn't focus on time. It can cause a spiral into depression. The attitude we must nurture towards life and mortality is essential because it forms the basis for building that life. Optimism is a vital mindset to have in the face of mortality. As we've learned throughout this summary, optimism is a subtle but essential theme. For Fox, it was his weapon against the overwhelming weight of his condition. Optimism isn't just some band-aid you slap on whenever and drop at the next moment. It is a lifestyle of positivity and hope. An optimist will always find happiness regardless of the situation. Optimism is the mindset that there is a silver lining no matter the current reality. The belief is that there is always some measure of good in any situation, no matter how dire it might seem. Optimists are people who live by this or have chosen to live by this mindset. They often live happier, healthier lives. Optimism isn't self-deceit. However, it isn't abandoning reality and opting to exist in a false version of life either. To live as an optimist, one must honestly assess his life and acknowledge it is terrible and that there is some good. This honest appraisal is the core of optimism. Without it, the individual will always be stuck in a false reality and might never know true happiness. Happiness isn't the absence of evil. It doesn't even get sourced from total avoidance of the evil in our lives. It is the acknowledgement that it can always be better, that there is something better waiting for us at the end of whatever situation we may face. Fox was able to soldier on with the difficulty he faced throughout his life, not because he was oblivious to the severity of his situation but because he realized that he could find something suitable for his situation. His mindset helped him survive and always see the bright side of his situation. Conclusion. Life's uncertainty and randomness can cause our minds to create and nurture negative thoughts. This reality shouldn't always be the case. You are meant to enjoy life, regardless of the circumstances you find yourself in. Michael Fox was diagnosed with Parkinson's at an early age, and while this might cause some to lose faith or a will to live, it made him find new resolve. We learn from Fox that life is short and meant to be lived to the fullest, devoid of the fear of eventualities. It is important to see life as an opportunity to explore ourselves and open our minds to a more wholesome experience. But as you choose to live a wholesome and adventurous life, it is essential to live a life of exercise and healthy habits. Making it through life can be challenging, but loving and supportive family and friends can make it a much easier endeavor. A steady support system is healthy and necessary for a functional life. We cannot do without one. Life is ultimately finite, and we must accept this not as a limit but as a call to action. To live fully is to do what brings you the most satisfaction. It isn't meant to wear yourself out by engaging in every endeavor that comes your way. One way to live a whole and wholesome life is to be optimistic. Optimism gives one a fresh and ever-positive outlook on life. With this mindset, it is much easier to make it through life. Try this. Practice optimism and strive to live life to the fullest. Challenge negative self-talk and replace all your pessimistic thoughts with more positive ones. How to begin? Commit to catching your thoughts flow by noticing what you're thinking about. Then, replace any negative thoughts with optimism. Thank you for joining us on this enlightening journey. If you've enjoyed our summary, consider reading the full book for a more in-depth exploration. Before you go, hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't yet, and share this video with someone who could benefit from these insights. Until next time, keep reading, keep learning, and keep growing.